Let's play the magic door.
Welcome back to the magic door. Our journey begins here, with 3 roads. One leads to the mountains, another leads to the sea. The last is a spooky path into the dark forest. There is also a small mailbox to our right. Would you like to go to the mountains, to the sea, or to the dark forest? You could also open the mailbox.
The sea.
Okay, follow me on a sandy path overlooking the sea. The path takes us through tall grass, up a big hill until we find ourselves near the edge of the bluff, marked by a low wooden fence. The bluff is high above the shoreline, where waves crash below. From up here, the sea seems to reach forever. As we look out to the water, we see a boat floating next to the shore below. There's a narrow path here that leads down to the boat. We also spot an eagle soaring over a nearby bench. As we watch him turn inland toward a cluster of trees, we hear music coming from farther up the path. I sense that this music will lead to a journey that could get scary. Should we walk to the boat, follow the eagle, or go toward the music?
Go toward the music.
Okay, I believe the music is coming from farther up this sandy path. So, let's keep walking. I think we're getting close. As we near the top of the hill, the music stops. After walking just a bit more, we come upon a very curious, brightly colored caravan, about 20 feet off the path, parked near the iron fence. Between us and the caravan, a handmade wooden sign is staked into the ground. Should we go to the caravan, read the sign, walk uphill on the path, or go back downhill?
Read the sign.
We walk closer to the wooden sign. It is painted black, with white stenciled lettering. At the top, it reads, Madame Pharaoh, traveling teller of your future. In the center of the sign is the image of a hand. Under the hand is a printed message. Stop by for a reading. Leave with new vision. All are welcome. Very interesting. Perhaps we should visit her. Should we go to the caravan, read the sign, walk uphill on the path, or go back downhill?
Go to the caravan.
Okay, let's leave the path and walk together toward the caravan. As we get closer, we see a caravan that is made of metal, tinted red, and has a closed metal door. We see an empty folding chair nearby, and on the folding chair, someone has placed a fiddle and bow. Should we knock on the caravan door, walk over to the chair, or go back to the sandy path?
Knock on the door.
Okay, let's knock on the caravan door. We wait a moment, and then the door opens. A most interesting lady appears from inside the caravan. She is wearing a long flowing purple dress, with a red shawl covering her back and shoulders. On top of her shawl, her long brown hair spills out from a silvery, gray scarf tied around the top of her head. She notices us, and then smiles as she approaches.
Welcome. I'm so pleased to see you here. I'm Madame Pharaoh, and I've been waiting for you to arrive.
She takes out 2 folded chairs from behind the caravan, unfolds them and places them on either side of the chair that is already set up. She motions us to come over, while picking up the fiddle and bow from the center chair. Should we have a seat, or refuse the invitation?
Have a seat.
While we walk over to the chairs, Madame Pharaoh sits down and plays us a tune. She turns to me, taking my nearest hand into both of hers. She looks at the top of my hand, and then gently flips it over, inspecting my palm carefully.
Oh, I see. It is obvious that you have clear and logical thinking. Aha, look at this too. You love language and are a great communicator. Yes, you have a very strong energy there.
She then turns to you, taking your closest hand into both of hers. She examines it, just as she examined mine.
Ah, yes. Now, you have a passion for adventure. And, look at this. You are a good problem solver. Now, let me see. Aha, you are clearly very brave.
Madame Pharaoh looks intently into your eyes. She turns to me, looking directly into mine. She then looks straight ahead, stands up and turns around to face us.
You know, my profound intuition tells me that yes, you two make a great team. Together you can do wonderful things and journey far. And I believe you two would be perfect for a particular challenge that needs solving. Tell me, are you interested in a new challenge?
What do you think? Are we interested in a new challenge?
Yes.
I tell Madame Pharaoh that, yes, we are interested in a new challenge. Her face lights up.
Ah, wonderful. Now, listen carefully. At the very bottom of the bluff here, there is a marvelous lighthouse, owned by my family for over 100 years. As a little girl, I played inside it, while my parents served as lighthouse keepers, ensuring that ships would safely find their way to this land. But a few years ago, when only my father remained as keeper of the lighthouse, a dreadful storm suddenly appeared. The lighthouse stood strong, but its intricate machinery was damaged. The light inside was extinguished and has not flashed since. My father was able to escape unharmed. Sadly, though, a fishing boat was not so lucky and completely vanished in the storm. The ship's entire crew was lost. After the storm, my father went down to repair the lighthouse, but he soon returned terrified. He had seen a ghost, a very angry one, and the ghost had taken over the lighthouse. My father swore he would never return. Others have ventured down there, only to promptly return with the same story. Most believe that the spirit in the lighthouse is the captain from the boat that perished in the storm. Are you interested in hearing more?
Well, I'm interested. Are you?
Yes.
Very good. There is a tenacious energy inside both of you, and you two may be the only ones who can end this unfortunate haunting. You see, I know why the lighthouse ghost is so upset. He is desperate to reunite with his lost ship and crew. But the ghost ship cannot find its way to the shore without the lighthouse light as its flashing beacon. And so, it is imperative that you find a way to fix it. If you do, the ghost will find peace at last, and the haunting will stop. And I have a hunch that, if you help this poor soul, he will give you something special in return. Now you must not waste any time. Tonight is the only night of the year when the moon shines just right, illuminating an otherwise forgotten path down to the lighthouse. To find the start of the path, go uphill from here on the sandy path as far as you can go. Look for an opening in the fence that lines the edge of the bluff.
This adventure sounds scary, but together, I think we could solve the problem. Should we go uphill to the moonlit path, or go downhill to get out of here?
Go uphill.
Okay, we tell Madame Pharaoh that we will take the path to the lighthouse. She clasps her hands together and smiles. We both say goodbye to her, and start back toward the sandy path, but Madame Pharaoh almost immediately calls out,
Wait, please. I forgot. You need to take something with you.
She catches up to us and hands me a sturdy metal lantern, explaining that it will soon be nighttime.
It will be your only source of light. Besides the moon, of course.
I hang on tight to the glowing lantern, and we return to the sandy path. As we walk uphill on the sandy path, we notice that the sun has set, and the sky is getting quite dark. The path gradually levels out, and we find ourselves at the top of the bluff. We follow the path as it turns and heads to the edge of the bluff. As we walk and look out toward the water, we see a bright, big full moon rising to the south, between scattered clouds. The sandy path ends, but after scanning the area, we see an opening in the wooden fence and walk over to it. As we look down the side of the bluff, we find an area of boulders and trees. And sure enough, there is a glowing trail leading down. It seems to be a phosphorescent line of dirt, reflecting the light of the moon. Should we walk on the moonlit path, return to the sandy path, or look more around here?
Walk on the moonlit path.
Okay. Things are about to get creepy. Are you sure you want to take the moonlit path?
Yes.
Okay, let's walk on the narrow, moonlit path together. Stay close to me, and if you want to turn around, just say, "Go back." We walk cautiously as the path winds around boulders and cuts through shrubs. As we walk, the sounds of the sea get louder. And then, about halfway to the shore, a gust of wind suddenly swirls around us. That wind is cold, so let's pick up the pace. Did you just say something?
No?
Would you like to keep going down or go back up the path?
Keep going down.
Okay, let's keep walking. As we descend, we notice a fog starting to roll in off the water. Unfortunately, our glowing path is starting to fade. I hold up our lantern to help us find our way. We can only see a few feet in front of us, but we cautiously keep going. Stay closer to me. It feels creepy here. I suppose we could turn around now.
No.
Would you like to keep going to the lighthouse or go back up the path?
Keep going to the lighthouse.
Okay, let's keep going. The fog is thick now, and our glowing path has disappeared, but we are near the rocky shore. Through the fog, we see the white lighthouse towering above us. As we walk toward it, the wind is blowing the cold, misty air in our faces. And wait, am I seeing things? Is there someone standing near the lighthouse? We walk closer to the lighthouse's front steps, and sure enough, there is a man on the landing next to the front door. He is holding a bell and facing the foggy sea. Oh, listen.
I wait, and I wait. But why? This wretched place is no place to be. I'm stuck here forever, alone, in this darkness. Oh, the darkness. The darkness. Oh, curse you, darkness.
A dense cloud of fog rolls by, and the man disappears. We walk to the bottom of the lighthouse's front steps, and